Hello, I'm Sri from CBTU. CBTU presents a course on Python language, section file read and write operations. Agenda for this session: open file, reading files, writing files with statement, and error handling. File is open with open method. Open method is used to open files for reading and editing. Open takes two arguments at least. First argument is a string name containing the file name. Second argument is mode to open the file. R stands for read only, W stands for writing, etc. In write mode, if the file doesn't exist, it will create a file. If a file with the same name exists, it will be erased, truncated first to perform write operations. This is about text files which contain text with characters in each line and line terminated with /n for line breaks and new line. Open takes all these arguments: file, mode, buffering, encoding, errors, new line, closefd, and opener. Open opens a file and returns a string. If file is not available or unable to open, it results in OS error. So here is an example. When we are trying to open a file which doesn't exist, it gives an error, FileNotFoundError. And when we check the MRO for that, it is subclass of OSError. So open needs at least two arguments. Let us now help about open. These are the parameters that open take. And these are the various modes a file can be open. R for read, that is default. W for writing, truncating or erasing the file first. With X, it creates a file and keep it open for writing. A for appending to a file, B for binary mode, T text mode. This is default. Using R or RT, both are same. For text file, T need not be mentioned. Even R need not be mentioned, as file open defaults to reading mode. When file is open for writing, it will be locked and the same cannot be used by any other operation. Mode is optional string as we have seen, as it defaults to R for reading. This is help about open, file open modes. Let us see some examples. Let us try to open file 1 which is not existing in code folder. Let us enter Python shell. With open, we can open the file for reading or editing. We don't have file1.txt in code folder. Let us try to open file 1 and see what error it gives. Open defaults to read mode. Mentioning R here is optional. Let us go ahead to open. It says file not found error. So let us create a file. Now let us try. It's open. This is the file. Let us add some data to this. Save. We got read, readline, and readlines methods. Read will read the entire text of the file into a string, whereas readline will read one line at a time. Readlines will read the entire text, that is all lines, into a list. This is f1.read. This has outputted the entire contents of the file into a string. Further read will return empty string. Let us close file and open it again. Now let us read line, first line, second line, third line. We came to the end of the file and there are no additional lines to read, which returned empty string. Let us close it and open it again. Let us try with read lines. This has outputted the entire text, all the lines, into a list. Let us try read lines again. This will output empty list, as there are no further lines to read. Let us close it and open it again. Let us take the output of read lines into a variable, which will be list. Let us print q. This has printed the list. Let us print each element. This is another example. Opening a file and reading line. When it reaches the end of the file, it returns empty string. And readlines also returns empty list as it doesn't have anything else to read. If you close, open it again and read lines, it will output the entire contents. With statement, the files are closed after use for any other use. Let us try with a single statement. We can open the file, and with file object, we can read the entire lines into a list, and we can read the contents of the file. Let us try this. Open the file in the default read mode. Okay, let us output Q. It has printed the entire contents into a list. And let us see if the file is closed. It is closed. This is the benefit of with. We can achieve three objects in a single statement: opening a file, reading or writing the file, and finally close the file and clean up the resources. Let us see write mode. When you want to open a file with mode W, it erases the file if it is existing. If it's not existing, it will create the file. It will keep it open for writing data to the file. We have the file existing and we have some content in that as well. Let us see how it works. Python shell. Open defaults to read mode, so we need to specify W for writing. So let us check this. It says the file has been modified. You want to reload? Yes. Yes, it's a blank file. Okay, let us write the contents to the file. /n is for new line. Number 4 is the number of characters that are returned to the file. File is locked for writing and we cannot see the contents until we close the file object. Let us write 2. Every write statement will append the contents to the next line. F1.readLine will return error as F1 is locked. It's not readable as of now. It's unsupported operation. Let us see the status if it's closed or open. Closed is false. It's open. Let us close. Then this editor will recognize that contents are changed. You want to reload? Okay. Yes, we got the contents that are written to this. If we want to read lines, we cannot read until we open it. We cannot perform IO operation on a closed file. We need to open for reading and then we can read the lines. Okay. There is a benefit with the with statement. The file will be open as file object and the text can be written to that. If we try to read the contents, it gives the error that we cannot read a closed file. F1.closed is true. This is the feature of with statement. To read the lines, we need to open it again and read the lines will output the text. If a file cannot be opened for whatever reasons, it gives OS error. File path can be absolute or relative to the current working directory of the file to be opened. Let us see. We have a file2 in temp folder that is not in the current directory. Let us try to open that for reading. Default mode is read. It gives the error file not found. Let us give path to that. It's open. Let us read the contents. We got the output. The various modes to operate on the files are R for reading, W for opening, X for exclusive creation, A is for append, writing, B for binary mode. Using plus opens a file for updating, reading and writing as well. When you try to open a file which is existing with X, it returns file exists error. Try to open a file which is not existing with mode X, it opens. You can write contents. When you try to read, it is not readable. It is locked for editing. Close the file and open it again to read the contents. File object returned by open is based on the mode the file is opened. File object is a subclass of text.io wrapper. Let us see what files are existing. We have file1 here, Python shell. Let us open file1. Let's open it for default reading. Let us see the type of this file object. It's of io.text.io wrapper. Let us check if f1 is instance of text.io wrapper. We need to import IO module to check this. This is f1 is instance of this text.io wrapper. This is true. Methods and attributes of IO. Dir for io.open. We got these attributes. We have seen text file processing in Python so far. There are binary files like images, videos. They can be processed by specific application. We have seen file input-output operations. Thanks for watching.